Alright, guys, I'm back with another chapter of Genesis. We're in Genesis chapter 49, where the header reads, Jacob's last words to his sons. And we'll get right into it. Then Jacob called together all his sons and said, Gather around me, and I will tell you what will happen to each of you in the days to come. Come and listen, you sons of Jacob. Listen to Israel, your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my strength, the child of my vigorous youth. You are first in rank and first in power, but you are as unruly as a flood, and you will be first no longer. For you went to bed with my wife, you defiled my marriage couch. Simeon and Levi are two of a kind. Their weapons are instruments of violence. May I never join in their meetings. May I never be party to their plans. For in their anger they murdered men, and they crippled oxen just for sport. A curse on their anger, for it is fierce. A curse on their wrath, for it is cruel. I will scatter them among the descendants of Jacob. I will disperse them throughout Israel. Judah, your brothers will praise you. You will grasp your enemies by the neck, and your relatives will bow before you. Judah, my son, is a young lion that has finished eating its prey. Like a lion he crouches and lies down, like a lioness who dares to rouse him. The scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from his descendants, until the coming of the one to whom it belongs, the one whom all nations will honor. He ties his foal to a grapevine, the colt of his donkey to a choice vine. He washes his clothes in wine, his robes in the blood of grapes. His eyes are darker than wine, and his teeth are whiter than milk. Zebulun will settle by the seashore, and will be a harbor for ships. His borders will extend to Sidon. Issachar is a sturdy donkey, resting between two saddle packs. When he sees how good the countryside is, and how pleasant the land, he will bend his shoulder to the load and submit himself to hard labor. Dan will govern his people. Like any other tribe in Israel, Dan will be a snake beside the road, a poisonous viper along the path that bites the horse's hooves, so its rider is thrown off. I trust in you for salvation, O Lord. Gad will be attacked by marauding bands, but he will attack them when they retreat. Asher will dine on rich foods and produce food fit for kings. Naphtali is a doe set free that bears beautiful fawns. Joseph is the total of a wild donkey, the foal of a wild donkey at a spring. One of the wild donkeys on the ridge. Archers attacked him savagely. They shot at him and harassed him, but his bow remained taut, and his arms were strengthened by the hands of the mighty one of Jacob, by the shepherd, the rock of Israel. May the God of your father help you. May the Almighty bless you with the blessings of the heavens above, and the blessings of the watery depths below, and blessings of the breasts and womb. May my fatherly blessings on you surpass the blessings of my ancestors, reaching to the heights of the eternal hills. May these blessings rest on the head of Joseph, who is a prince among his brothers. Benjamin is a ravenous wolf, devouring his enemies in the morning and dividing his plunder in the evening. These are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is what their father said as he told his sons goodbye. He blessed each one with an appropriate message. Jacob's death and burial. Then Jacob instructed them, Soon I will die and join my ancestors. Bury me with my father and grandfather in the cave in the field of Ephron and Hittite. This is the cave in the field of Machpelah, near Mamre in Canaan, that Abraham bought from Ephron the Hittite as a permanent burial site. There Abraham and his wife Sarah are buried. There Isaac and his wife Rebekah are buried. And there I buried Leah. It is the plot of land and the cave that my grandfather Abraham bought from the Hittites. When Jacob had finished this charge to his sons, he drew his feet into the bed, breathed his last, and joined his ancestors in death. I got a couple feelings on that one. One, is this the blessings that he bestows on his sons? Is this foresight, Or is this, expectation based on experience that he's had with his sons? Understanding, he made a lot of mentions of temper and wrath and, the demeanor that his sons had and how they operated. Were these expectations or these, or is he foretelling this? Like, this is not an expectation. This is happening. It's only a matter of when. Is that a, what's the word I'm looking for? Is that a spiritual gift that he has as far as sight, almost like Joseph did with his dreams? Understanding that God's the one that interprets it, but he's also the one that instills that in us. And I don't know if anybody has access to gifts like that, or if we all have our own each unique gift. I don't know. When Jesus says he anticipates us to do greater things than he does, but he also tells us how we are to approach doing things like that. Obviously, Jacob led a very humble life and followed closely with God, not a perfect man by any means, and we read that previously in Genesis, but it's so impressive that he walked so closely with God, but even to his last breath, like to be in such control, to be in such presence of God that you can speak to your last breath, except pull your feet up and just and be done and just be in the presence of Jesus. I think that last part, I think, is almost some of the most profound pieces of this entire book. When Jacob had finished his charge to his sons, he drew his feet into the bed, breathed his last, and joined his ancestors in death. Almost as if on command. All right, God, that was the last you had for me. I'm done. And I know you're calling me home. Some pretty powerful stuff. But on that note, have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll be back for the last chapter in Genesis, chapter 50, where we are simply finishing out Jacob's death and burial. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.